I'm so tired. What happened last night after I ran in the alley?
Jane, I can't believe you'd do something like this. After all we've done for you and your son, this is how you repay us.
Auntie Spot, it's not what you think. I just wanted to let my son get a chance to meet his father.
Are you kidding me? Think, Jane. You have no one back there who wants to see you two. Had not I stepped in, the Queen was mere moments away from executing you both.
That's not true. I know the king. He would be so thrilled to see his son after all these years. You couldn't possibly understand how that feels.
You clearly don't understand. Your emotions are clouding your judgment. The King of Avalon is but a mere puppet. He has no real power. His only real job is to look good next to the Queen and smile for the camera. He's just an overglorified trophy spouse. Besides, you're treated with more royalty here than in Avalon. Let's just take a step back and think. Say you two make it there. Would you both honestly be greeted warmly there? In public's eyes, you both will only be seen as a thieving hussy and her bastard son. The Queen would not have that.
I don't care about what that jealous crony thinks of me. She's always been so envious of me and my relationship with the king. I just wanted the man I love to finally meet our son.
Perhaps after I tell you this final tidbit of info, you'll understand what's going on. The Queen paid me a large sum of gold pieces to ensure that neither of you returns to Avalon. On the off chance that does happen, the Queen gave orders to her mechanized army to neutralize you both on sight. So, let's try this again. Do you think that this is a smart decision to try escaping to a place that wants you both dead? Compared to many others here, you both live quite the lavish life. Why throw it all away? Listen, Jane, we can start over. Just forget about the king and rule by my side. You'll see in the long run, you were a part of the winning team all along.
I'm sorry, Auntie Spot. I appreciate all the kind gestures you've done for me and my son. It's no doubt I can't trust you with my life. However, I'm afraid I can't trust you with my heart. There's only one man I long to walk beside, and that man unfortunately isn't you. Please try to understand.
Oh, I understand, Jane. I understand far more than you'll ever know. Guards, seize her. Take her to the laboratory to become a pseudo. Maybe when your son gets brought back here, he'll listen to reason.
Oh, no, Kliff.
The pseudo then grabbed Jane Doe and took her to the laboratory to have her essence extracted.
My goodness, this sounds exactly like what the Queen was saying to King Lionheart. Their fates are uncanny. The fact that Kliff had to keep running despite his mother getting captured is quite tragic. But what happened to Kyle?
After his planned diversion, Kyle defeated the pseudo and managed to regroup back with Kliff. They actually managed to reach the battlefield borders. However, the higher-ups weren't going to let them escape so easily.
Alright, we've managed to reach the Almagisk borders. Avalon shouldn't be too far from here. If my geographical knowledge is correct, Avalon should be just beyond the nearby mountain pass, straight ahead.
That's great news and all, Kyle. But I'm afraid we're missing someone.
It's Jane. I know. She figured something like this would happen. I gave Jane my solemn oath that no matter what, getting you to Avalon would be top priority, even she herself didn't make it.
But this was her dream to reunite with the king. It just feels wrong doing this without her.
But what else can we do? Unless you make it to Avalon, all of our efforts will be for naught. It's far too late for us to back out now.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Oh no! She's here.
Wait, who's here? What's wrong, Kyle?
You both have certainly dug quite a massive hole for yourselves. His Majesty is certainly not happy about any of this.
No, it's Whitney. Kliff, you gotta get going. I'll buy time for you to escape.
No, Kyle. You can't be serious. I can't leave for Avalon without you either.
Don't argue. Just keep running straight and don't look back.
I understand. Just catch up when you're finished.
Your attempt to help in that boy's escape will only end in failure. Antispur was right. A mishap like you should have been dismantled after you were created.
Hey, I'm well aware of that. Apparently if being loyal to the people who saved me makes a mishap, I'll take it as a compliment. The only thing I did was expose the truth about your plans and help give them a way out.
And what of it? The Mubarak desires to make excellent use of his latent crusader powers. That's the only reason we're being so lenient with him. As for you, Kyle, your usefulness is at an end. The Mubarak has no need for a misbegotten pseudo fulfilling the wills of a pair of ungrateful humans. The fact that we do even this much for them, yet they still demand more, is completely absurd. It's about time we end this.
Well spoken, I couldn't agree more.
It was at this moment when Whitney used her powers over the shadows to fight against Kyle as Kliff ran for the hills as instructed. The two forces back on the battlefield seemed to be evenly matched.
Go.
Impossible! He suddenly vanished.
Your time has come with me. Let's finish this.
How are you this fast?
Forgive me, Kliff. Jane.
Wait! What have you done?
It was at this moment Cal pulled off the ultimate kamikaze attempt just for Kliff to make it to the other side, leaving him to fight against, rather should I say, low-level monsters at first, like little generic undeads. That wasn't enough to scare Kliff. It was almost as if he was fighting in an RPG game or some kind of video game, as these random enemy mobs kept coming at him from all directions, but they were of very little threats. That was until Berserker level Beastmen came out of the woodworks. That was a completely different story. It would take a whole bunch of men to fight against one of them. That's when Kliff had to make a run for it again and hide into a mountain pass where bandits always lay lurking for some reason. So he had to lay low and keep himself discreet. When the next day arrived, Kliff got an early start to set foot into Avalon. And when he got there, it was not like anything he'd ever expected in his life. It was a very technological, futuristic city, far more advanced than anything else that was seen throughout the lands. He became even more curious by the mere second of looking at it.
Strange. Avalon is a lot more futuristic than I would have imagined.
Unit codename C39, you need it in the factory inventory.
Yes. Major codename R57, it shall be done.
I forgot. Security is a lot tighter than in other places. I'd better lay low for now.
Kliff's curiosity seemed to get the better of him as he stumbled into the inventory that the robots were speaking of earlier and saw legions upon legions of high-level security bots just lined up and just awaiting orders, inactive. This was unlike anything he'd ever seen before. It was crazy. Then amongst his curiosity, he was under surveillance the entire time by one of the security drones, and this is where it led to.
My word, what's going on in the inventory?
My apologies, Master Simon. There seems to be an unknown assailant who has infiltrated the robotics inventory. We're dispatching our forces as we speak.
So, someone is either dumb or crazy enough to try their wits against Avalon security. I'm quite intrigued. I guess there's no avoiding it. Capture the little rat and bring him here. I need to see this person for myself.
Yes, Master Simon. It shall be done.
Holy crap. I gotta get out of here. But, how exactly?
Intruder spotted. Intruder spotted. Send support immediately. Send support immediately.
Uh-oh. This ain't good.
Suddenly, the robots that Kliff was astonished by immediately became active and started to search high and low throughout the inventory for this mysterious intruder that has invaded their nesting grounds. I don't know. It was too much for Kliff to handle. So that being said, the last recorded footage of Kliff was him seen far off in the distance, running for dear life, getting culture shock, and not knowing what to do next. All hope seemed lost until Kliff stumbled into like a dark hole. Thought he was gonna fall to the very depths. But strange things started happening. I wonder who is responsible for this.
Wait, what just happened? I thought I fell to my death.
Believe me, that most certainly would have happened had not the king stepped in and saved you using his shadow warping skills.
No way, it's you. But how? Why would the king save me?
The reasons are certainly beyond me. I figured that after Kyle pulled that kamikaze stunt on Whitney, the king would be burning with rage. Despite the odds, he still has some role left for you to play in all this.
Hold on, you said Kyle pulled some kind of stunt on Whitney. How? Explain.
I'm saying that little buddy of yours is dead, and he took Whitney with him just so you could escape.
No, it can't be.
Not just that, your mother remained defiant to the bitter end and had her essence extracted as punishment. Apparently, I don't take rejection or ingratitude very well. Those are one of my few flaws. It's just you remaining now, kid.
No, it doesn't make any sense. Why spare me and not the others?
So you could see for your very eyes how corrupt things truly are in this world. I'm almost certain you were greeted warmly in Avalon. Otherwise, why else would you be caught by us running frantically for dear life? Believe it or not, Kliff, we never assumed that you think Almagest was the greatest paradise on Earth. However, comparing what you saw out there to this, you swear was a paradise. So allow me to give you the same opportunity we gave your mother and see if you make the right decision. Join us, Kliff. You clearly saw for yourself that Avalon is not your home. If you lend us your latent abilities, you will be greatly compensated. Your one answer will decide how the rest of your story will play out.
I guess I really don't have a choice. Very well, I agree to hone my skills and fight for your cause.
Excellent. We knew you make the right choice. Rest up today. Your training is going to be amped up to the fullest starting in the morning.
At that moment, Kliff went through intense combat training in order to stay alive and continue fighting.
And vicious the training was indeed. Kliff trained day and night and fighting for the Borg's cause, serving as that country's very first crusader who was fighting, rather should I say, against the other united regions. This was unlike anything else that has ever been seen before. It was absolutely crazy. Even more crazier was when Kliff was being trained in assassination arts and was able to do mercenary missions and fight other rogues in and around the area.